bee does it, like the bee does it.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Bailey. I am starting a health journey. I am doing a weight loss challenge, and I'm structuring it in a way to where I have extreme accountability. I've already put it out there that I'm doing this challenge and I'm going to be committed. So this is going to be a little bit different than some highly produced production or all of the highlights and benefits. This is going to be the real thing. Everything. Details, good, the bad, and everything in between. I won't bore you with maybe the nitty-gritty of this, but I will make myself available if you have questions. Feel free to reach out and chat with me. I would love to connect with you. I am passionate about health. I am passionate about bettering ourselves for peak performance and bettering ourselves, for ourselves, for our families, for our businesses. I feel like we can do so much more if our bodies are operating as efficiently as possible. And the deck's stacked against us right now. We live in a culture that is always pushing their agenda. And that agenda is typically led by corporations who, of course, want profit. And that profit doesn't come with us being healthy and happy on the forefront. It actually comes with the opposite. And so I want to build awareness about some of the foods we're eating and how it affects our everyday life. Now, I will tell you, I am far more sensitive, or I found I'm far more sensitive than a lot of people, at least the people I'm around. And it's taken over a decade for me to realize how foods immediately change my mood, my mental capacity, my physical feelings. Like I can feel inflammation immediately come in my body. I can feel it leave. It typically takes longer for inflammation to leave, but when I wake up in the morning, I know, my goodness, did I eat better yesterday or not? Like I immediately know. I can feel it in my hands. I mean, that's where arthritis comes from. There's certain side effects to poor eating, such as mental fatigue, like brain fog, and sure, that's a part of life, even if you're eating healthier, but I know we can optimize our health. And so I'm starting this journey. This initial video will be a little bit longer, but I just wanted to go over some of these details. And again, I want to focus on this is real. I just got up. My family's been sick for a week, so we've been fighting that bug. I'm still sick now. I'm sure you can hear it, but I'm starting this thing. And I have a goal of losing 20 pounds in 6 weeks. That's a pretty ambitious goal. Now, just a quick recap. I have, again, I've been on a health journey for over 10 years. I've learned some things. I've slipped up time and time again. You consider yo-yo dieting, and that's poor. That's bad for your health. The best thing you can do is figure out what works for you and stick to that. But that's hard. That's really difficult. This past year, my family has made some tremendous changes and improvements on sticking to natural foods. We still eat a little processed foods here and there, very lightly processed. I'm talking, this is a brand called Siete, and they have cassava chips, and there's a few ingredients in there. And that's processed. It's not ultra processed in my opinion, but it is processed. So, it's still easy to overindulge in those things. And it doesn't matter how much of a healthy food you're eating. If you're eating 10, 15 pounds of fruit every day, it's going to have a negative effect on your body because your body's not designed to handle that. So it's not just about what we eat, it's how much we eat and that we're getting the right nutrition that works for our bodies. And that can be different for other people. I recognize that. So it's not just about weight loss. I'm sure, as some of you can relate, as entrepreneurs, a lot of times you're running on fumes, and that shows in your business, and that shows in your relationships and how you show up to the rest of the world. And this plan is about helping to overcome that and bring awareness. I'm betting some of you are feeling that and hitting a wall on time and time again. but I want to overcome that in my own life. I want to take significant step forward, which is why I'm doing this challenge. Again, I feel like I made really good progress this past year, and I did. You know, from a weight loss perspective, I think I'm down about 12 pounds from the beginning of the year. However, my energy levels are far beyond what they ever were in my entire life because of some of the foods we've cut out, some of the processed foods, and I'll just go ahead and say it, seed oils, you know, refined sugars, you know, trying to stay away from chemicals, you know, really focused on natural foods. And so I want you guys as viewers to gain something from this. Firstly, I want you to gain motivation, but I also want you to maybe build awareness for yourselves. And even if you're not actively taking on this challenge right now, that you at least start thinking and start realizing, what am I eating? What effect does this have? You know, sometimes I'm envious, but I also feel bad for people who don't feel things like I do. They're not as aware to the foods that they're eating, because even though they can put back a pack of Oreos in a day and not gain a single pound, there are long-term negative effects that has, but there's also immediate effects that has on how they think and how they present themselves and how they show up to the world. I believe that. And I believe that if we're eating healthier and naturaler and really focusing on things that work for us, exercising, that will have a rollover effect and or a flow over effect, and it will help us build momentum for other areas of our life. So I really hope that you guys gain motivation and get inspiration from this. Again, this is real. This is real here. So this is the initial video. I'm going to be posting a daily update. And just a minute, I'm going to be doing my official weigh-in. So real quick, important disclaimer, although I'm passionate about natural eating, I'm not a doctor. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, but just grow and learn and try things. Do your own research. There are a lot of good doctors out there that are really starting to put focus on functional health and instead of being stuck in a system of treating systems. And while we're at it, I also want to let you know that I'm building a product. I am in the middle of starting up a new company called ManageBee. It is to help business owners thrive. And we got our first public appearance at the InterNACHI Home Inspection Convention in Orlando, Florida on February 16th. So these 6 weeks lead up to that date. And this is motivation for me. It also helps build awareness for ManageBee, and I really hope I can provide some value. So without further ado, let's do this official weigh-in. And again, this is real, so please ignore my office. All right, we're gonna turn the scale on, and I'm gonna try to wear the same clothes every day to get as accurate as possible. I may not publicly do the weigh-in every day, but let's see what we got here. Dun, dun, dun. 199.2, hopefully you can see that. So that's the official weigh-in, 199.2. I am thrilled that I'm still under 200 because that was one of my goals for last year. So I want to celebrate that win, but I have so much more to lose. And frankly, after COVID and moving, I put back on so much more weight. And again, it's not all about weight loss, but it is a side effect. You know, weight gain is a side effect of the foods we eat and our body telling us that, hey, you're probably not optimizing your health right now. And that's what I found true for me. And so this is really something to help jumpstart. Just so you know, I'm going to be doing mostly carnivore. I found that meats are the best for me. So this is a low carb, mostly whole food diet. And this week I will be a little bit lenient. We've got some basmati rice that come in from the Himalayas, and I do well on that in terms of taking in carbs and focusing well. Like, I don't really have any negative side effects like I do with something like wheat or refined flour or something like that. So anyways, hit me up in the comments. What's your biggest health hurdle? Let's connect. Let's support each other. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I am looking forward to us getting healthy together.